Watching F5, we are at GovWare 2023 in Singapore. I'm actually at the NTT booth, and I am joined by my old friend Shaji at this point. Shaji, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good, and nice to see you, Boo, after a long time.
Yeah. And I've got a new friend, Andrew. Andrew, how you doing?
Very well. Lovely to meet you, Boo.
Awesome. Can I get your guys' roles as well?
Yeah, I'm a service offer management specialist for NTT Data Singapore. So basically, I create the standard offering, working with the partners like FI, and then I am also responsible for putting all the NTT offerings into the marketplace in the hyperscalers.
Fantastic.
Hey, Boo. I'm responsible for the cybersecurity GTM practice for NTT Data in Singapore.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So we're here once again. I'm told that you guys are a favorite partner out here. We're going to verify that right now. You guys, as far as partnership goes, we've been working with you guys for a while. One of you guys want to tell me about the partnership and how it's been?
Sure. Really, the partnership has gone from strength to strength. If I cast back a couple of years ago, it was primarily an infrastructure security and perhaps maybe some web security. But really, in the last 24 months, it's ramped up significantly, pragmatically, hands-on, in the areas of application security and cloud. I mean, we can go into the details, but that's the major focus. And we're seeing success there.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. Some of that success, I think, Shaji, you're putting together a POC framework in order to extract some of the potential value that customers can get. So maybe we can talk about that a bit.
Sure. So ever since FI launched the distributed cloud platform, so NTT has been working with the FI team to create the offering. So the last year we launched NTT Application and API Shield, and it has been adopting very well in the market. And then as an extension to that, we also released an NTT Edge Shield. That is an extension to the AWS customers, using CloudFront and FI both defense. So what we are offering today during this GovWare is like a 2 POC, where we can help customers to do the API discovery assessment. So imagine customer is using one of the public clouds, and without intruding into the production environment, we can create a sandbox VPC and get all the logs from the AWS CloudWatch if they are using AWS, and then feed into NTT Application Shield to get comprehensive reports of their API discovery landscape. So that will tell the customer, how many APIs are there, how many of them are weak, and shadow APIs which will help them to take a decision to what kind of API controls they need to put in place. And these are the POC that we are offering to our customers. So be it a public cloud, in a multi-cloud environment, we can do the same POC, which within 2 weeks of time frame, we can give them reports that what kind of APIs are having a critical APIs with a weak API that can pose a lot of threats for the bad actors. And secondly, even if most of our customers using big IP, so in the on-prem, so we can do a non-intrusive POC for them as well. All we need is a log coming from the big IP, which goes into our NTT Application Shield, and which gives an end-to-end API discovery reports to the customer. Yeah.
Wow. So that's all offered through a POC, and then from there you kind of decide whether or not, hey, we need to move forward with certain solutions.
Yes. After going through that 2 weeks POC, the customer can take a decision. Okay, what is the solution they need to have from the NTT Shield offering perspective. So they can implement an end-to-end API protection that protects their application and API across the clouds and edge, which can be external-facing and internal-facing traffic.
This is the kind of partner value I'm talking about here, like being able to, we have lots of partners that can sell our products, but partners that can actually go in and offer customer value right off the bat. They haven't even bought anything yet, but you guys are coming in and teaching them and educating them on things. So that's partnership right there.
That's absolutely key. And what Shaji outlined was a basic philosophy that we have, which is anchored on 2 things right here. One is traceability. So before making a recommendation to implement a control or a form of protection, why?
Yeah.
So the POC gives you visibility of that. It details that. And then the other side is being pragmatic, being able to actually implement something as a remedy. You can't do everything, but you can rank prioritize based on evidence. So that's the value in the POC in the first instance. But then on the other side, from an F5 and an NTT perspective, F5 has a broad portfolio to provide those protections, and NTT is in a position to actually implement them.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And I also keyed in on the fact that you guys are providing an outcome, right? It's not just a theory, but you guys are saying, okay, we've proven that this is the case here, so now we'll provide an outcome based on what you found. So super awesome. Now, the second part of this conversation, we're going to talk about your robot, Shaji. What are you got for us?
Wow, yeah. So we have we are showcasing our NTT robots here. I can talk about hundreds of use cases, but if I make it very simple, if you put this surveillance robot into the shopping mall, it can detect the unattended objects, whether it is a threat to the public, or is there a spillage, or is the escalator not working properly, if any lights is having some issues. All this can be sensed real time, can report into the control center. But that is the simple use case. But what is important from the Edge Shield perspective is all these app stack are running within PaaS in a container, which needs to be protected from the network, app, and data layer perspective. So, because the data is being sent from these edge devices to the public cloud or on-prem. So, this is what from NTT Edge Shield can come and value add into this kind of robots. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. You can imagine, okay, so this robot is basically a security guard and a janitor at the same time.
Yeah.
It's about right. It's about right.
That's awesome. Maybe you can...
Those jobs are safe.
That's true. Yeah. That's until it starts attacking us.
Yeah.
Somebody could hack it and put your face in there, Shaji, and you'll be in danger.
Very, very practically, there's a field of coverage. The amount of data that's being basically harvested and brought back to a central location, providing end-to-end security for that is the outcome in this case.
That's awesome. And then I think one more thing that we wanted to talk about here is your Cloud Shield offering that's just coming out.
Yeah, so NTT has been working with the FI to create the suite of Shield offerings. So first we came up with the NTT Application and API Shield, and then NTT Edge Shield, all powered by FI. And today we are launching NTT Cloud Shield, which is again powered by Palo Alto, and which provides a CNAPP solutions, which is the Cloud Native Application Protection Platform. As you know, the CNAPP is to secure the code to cloud. And the two key features that I can say is that it has the cloud security posture management. It detects and suggests the misconfigurations, or it detects and prevents the misconfigurations and compliance policy in the public cloud. And then when it comes to cloud workload protection, it detects and suggests the preventive the measures, and it can also ensure prevent the cybersecurity threats and ensure the productions are running smoothly in a various workloads, be it container or function as a service or VMs. Yeah, so we, but again, this is from inside out for those customers accessing those web applications from the outside externally. We also have the NTT Application and API Shield and Edge Shield to protect the north-south traffic, which is the external-facing traffic. And probably one of the requests coming from the external user is triggering multiple API calls internally, which is the east-west traffic. So we also have using NTT Application and API Shield, which can be protected that as well. So NTT is uniquely positioned to help the customers to provide the end-to-end solutions from code to cloud, from external, from outside to internal.
Fantastic. And I know we're sitting here, I know you have a demo up. We're not necessarily going to go through the entire thing, but we'll actually book you to do a demo with us on the DevCentral YouTube channel. But maybe you can give us a couple highlights of what we could look forward to and what you would show there.
Yeah. So what we are showing is simulating some of the vulnerabilities popped up in the the coding stage. And before that, vulnerable code goes through the next level in the software supply chain, and this shield can detect and then it can suggest the preventive, it can corrective measures. So it can suggest the corrective measures, and then it goes back and recommit the code and then push it back to the workload. So these are the demos that we are simulating, and then again, all the it gives the management gets a single view for the entire software supply chain here. So while all these things are happening, we can also do a preventive actions. That means all these vulnerable codes are not spread across to the workloads.
Yeah. The only addition to that is that you've seen that there's evidence-based, i.e. I've identified an exploit or a vulnerability within the flow, and that's pre-production. I've taken a measure to address what's been discovered as a vulnerability, and there's telemetry to provide audit information downstream. So I've got an artifact that shows that I went through the process, I found problems, I put remedies in place, and that can be evidence down the road, and that's critically important.
That's a really cool solution. What I would say about that is one thing that I've been pondering for the last couple of days as I've been walking through a lot of AI booths at some of these conferences, and people get concerned around, hey, is this going to replace my job? I think the first thing that we have to address is, especially from a developer perspective, is developer productivity. They're getting stuck on having to fix code or whatever, and the more that we can speed that up so that they don't want to spend all their days troubleshooting something that got handed down to them from the app security team. You guys are putting in a solution that will automate that for them so that they can get back to just building features and security taken care of.
Isolate. Come down to it very, very quickly.
Yeah. Very cool. Love it. Love the partnership. Fantastic to be able to work with you guys, especially in this region. I came back from, I'll tell a story now. I came back from GovWare last year, and I was showing some of the stuff that you guys were doing. Everybody was in other parts of the world super impressed with that kind of stuff. And I said, this is all happening here in Singapore. Thanks to yourself, and thanks to Chin, wherever he's gone now as well. So love to see this kind of stuff. Love that we've got another thing to show off again after this GovWare. So we'll have links for all that, and we'll have Shaji on to go through a demo of the solution as well. So thank you very much, guys. On behalf of myself and F5 and DevCentral and NTT, thank you very much for watching. You'll see a playlist down below with all the videos here from GovWare. And otherwise, thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.
Thanks.